yes, polling is still underway. Let's get you the latest on the voter turnout. There's been a lot of talk about it, a lot of analysis to see exactly what the voter turnout could mean, because a high voter turnout means a strong sense of anti-incumbency usually. Right now, the voter turnout stands at 51.89%. So it looks like, and this is as of 3 p.m. Let me highlight that. So as time goes, it looks like it could settle somewhere near 70%. What's unfortunate, and I've reiterated this from 7 a.m. in the morning, that our urban pockets are really letting us down. They're not voting enough, which is why you're seeing that more and more, it's the rural pockets that are averaging a lot more as far as the voter turnout is concerned. Come on, Hyderabad. All your Hyderabadis watching this broadcast, if you haven't voted, go out there now. The sun is setting, it's cooling down. Step out, cast your vote, ensure that your voice is heard. Let me take this across to our reporters also on this broadcast. Apurva Jayachandran is live with us. We also have Abdul Bashir. Abdul, to you first. Voter turnout at this point at 51.8 or so. It looks like it'll just about touch 73% like 2018.
Well, absolutely. During 2018, we have seen that initially the numbers, the percentage of voter turnout was quite less. But in the end, when you know the concluding time before 5 p.m. that we have seen that voter turnout had increased, vote percentage had increased, people had a flock towards the voting centers is what we have noticed. And today also we see the same. Also during the GHMC polls, we have noticed that until 4 o'clock, the vote percentages graph was just going a bit slow. But between 4 to 5 p.m. is where the graph had drastically increased. So now what we see is people have started approaching the voting centers. But it is very, fascinating that now in the morning, as we have seen, all the politicians, celebrities have also, come out in the first hour. They have voted and also appealed to the people. But in old city of Hyderabad and mainly the urban areas is where the vote percentage or vote turnout, is very less. The people turning out to vote, to exercise their vote is very less. But in rural areas like Medak and Adilabad, we have seen that the vote percentage had increased and it was going well. So what we are expecting is by the end of this session, polling session till 5 p.m., an expected turnout would be around some 70% is what we are expecting. But it is to be seen as to the measures, the awareness programs, to all the appeals made by all the authorities and celebs and political leaders as well. People have to come out and vote for exercise their fundamental right and choose their government for the upcoming 5 years. So this is the fate of Telangana state. Earlier we have seen that people had been turning out in good numbers, but today what we see is the graph initially was less, but now what we see is the number is increasing. People are coming out now that the weather is quite well in the city of Hyderabad.
I hope so. Is that what you're also seeing, Apurva? You're in Jubilee Hills in Hyderabad, where earlier today I remember one of our colleagues telling me that there's nobody around. It's absolutely empty, the polling booth. Has that changed now? Are there people coming in larger numbers with the sun slowly setting?
Akshita, I might have to break this to you because there aren't quite a lot of people who are yet now coming. In fact, hardly very few people who have reached here. In fact, it's surprising because the number of persons who have been voting since the morning has been quite, it's been a trickling number of people who have also been, voting. And in fact, our colleagues Satya and Bashir, both of them have also gone ahead and cast their vote today. They're on the job and they're still gone ahead and cast it. So I think a lot of people are yet to come out, from their houses and cast their votes. Last time as well, we had seen a similar number of statistics there, that took place, even at 51.89% last time around. So also at around 3 p.m. we had seen a close number by 50% of voting that had taken place. So I think, just like Abdul had said, most likely the voting numbers are expected to go increasing from this point on. But we've seen several stars, film stars, politicians, all of them who had gathered around and voted voted. In fact, at this very booth where I'm at, a lot of film stars, including Brahmanand, as well as Vijay Deverakonda and Mahesh Babu and several others, are also gathered here and had, exercised their right to vote. In fact, they're also come out and given a public message appealing to the public to go out and cast their vote.
And we'll put out those images also. We'll put out all of those videos in just a bit. Apurva, Abdul, request both of you to stay on with me. We're going to be talking about the who's who of Telangana who came out and cast their vote in just a bit. For the moment, as we in fact continue to get you all the big political updates, let's just get you a bit of data also, an analysis right now of the strengths and weaknesses of every political party. You see on your screens all of the people who've cast their vote, whether it's politicians, celebrities, the who's who of Telangana has ensured that they've set the right example. Has it really helped in boosting voter turnout? Yet to be seen. As of 3 p.m., it doesn't look like anything has changed as per the trends. But let's talk about the SWOT analysis, essentially the strength, weakness, opportunity and threat for every political party right now in the poll phase. Starting, of course, with the BRS, the Bharatiya Rashtra Samiti. Now, KCR's popularity is unmatched, and that perhaps is the biggest strength of the BRS, that they've got that one-man army standing tall who's campaigned in every assembly segment. And add to that, in every single rally that I've covered of the BRS, everyone that we've telecast, they've spoken of a couple of things. One is the Raitu Bandhu scheme, then the Dalit Bandhu, then what they've done for senior citizens. These are schemes that they've referred to constantly because these are welfare projects that are connected with the people. Now, they also have, of course, a huge base here in Telangana, extremely strong cadre who back KCR to the hill. So they've got a very good base across Telangana. So that's another strength. But weaknesses. One is corruption allegations. It goes right up to the top, but the biggest problem is perhaps that there is serious corruption taint on MLAs. So it's led to a lot of disgruntlement on the ground with, locals saying that the MLA is inaccessible, he's completely corrupt, he's looted us. So the corruption allegations has really hurt the KCR government and the BRS. The triangular fight to the Congress and the BJP. Now, this time around, you've got a very aggressive Congress, a very aggressive BJP. Many would say unlike 2018. So that poses a huge challenge also for KCR. Now, besides that also is the discontent in some caste groups and the family-run party tag. Dynastic politics is something that the BJP's based their campaign on. So it's constantly fed into the mind of the Telangana voter. There's discontent in some caste groups who believe they've not been adequately represented, who've said that there's not been one candidate from our caste group. So that's also one problem that KCR has to deal with. Add to all of this, of course, the biggest weakness for them is anti-incumbency. Let's talk about opportunity. Can they benefit from a Congress and BJP being in the fray? Will it lead to a vote cutter effect and thereby consolidation of votes for BRS? Big question mark on there, but it's something definitely that BRS did try to explore. A chance to also play a role in national politics. This truly is a semi-final to the 2024 final. And BRS, as KCR has publicly said, he has national ambitions, will be hoping that a win in Telangana will set them up perfectly for the national plunge in 2024. The threat is a risk of investigation into alleged scams, because there have been, in fact, questions about some of the schemes that have been put forth, the money also that's been invested in them. Internal strife also within the BRS. While KCR is someone who's a top boss and nobody can question him, there's been some disgruntlement and discontent.